Welcome to the Weather Guru podcast for Thursday, December 19th, 2024. Thank you for your support. I appreciate you, ladies and gentlemen, as we continue to explore weather in the lower 48 United States and sometimes beyond. Right now, we're going to look at the current hazards as well as talk about the outlooks for the winter season as we get closer to the first day of winter this Saturday at 4 a.m. in the morning. Right now, we're looking at the current hazards and basically the northern tiers, but where the snow has been confined. We have a little Alberta clipper coming through that's going to affect the Twin Cities, Wisconsin, over toward Green Bay and Appleton, Wisconsin, down through Chicagoland and Wisconsin as well, and also western Michigan. We don't want to forget about you guys on the lake. You're going to be experiencing some of the snow showers here that's coming up tomorrow, starting tomorrow here and today. So therefore, we have winter storm warnings in effect in the pink here. This extends from Minot, North Dakota, and Grand Fargo, North Dakota, the I-29 corridor, back toward places like Bemidji, Appleton, Rochester, Minnesota, to the Twin Cities, Minneapolis, St. Paul, Rice Lake, over toward 94 corridor, Madison, Green Bay, Appleton, Wisconsin, and down towards Kenosha, Wisconsin. Later on tomorrow, it includes Chicagoland and the I-90 corridor from Chicagoland to South Bend, to Michiana, Michigan City, Indiana, and Michigan City, and Benton Harbor, and St. Joe, Michigan. Out beyond the snow warnings, we have high wind warnings. These winds extend from Iowa, the plains of Iowa, back toward Omaha, Nebraska, up into South Dakota, Pierre, South Dakota, and those areas there as well. Out west, we have a few little wind warnings in Brown, but nothing significant for Northern California, and dense fog advisories in the eastern Washington canyons and valleys there of Idaho as well. Elsewhere, we just have a little pocket of little winter cold stray snow showers still stuck in the eastern Appalachians. So maybe if you're in Pikesville, Kentucky, and those folks in southwestern Virginia there, and like Wheatville and Bristol, Tennessee, Johnson City, Tennessee, down through Boone, North Carolina, Asheville, of course, Franklin, Silver, and the high country of the rim of the Great Smoky Mountains, you'll be experiencing just slight little snow showers amounting to accumulations of less than 2 inches there, and at the highest of elevations above 5,500 feet there. So looking back here, we have the water vapor here. You can see this big plume of dry air in orange here that's extending from the DFW through Houston, Beaumont, Lake Charles, Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Gulfport, Biloxi, Mobile, Pensacola, Tallahassee, Jacksonville, and then extending up into Georgia, 75, up toward Nashville, Chattanooga, Knoxville, and all points west there, extending this dry air here into the southwest. Now we have a plume of moisture, of course, out west. No surprise there for folks in Seattle and along the Oregon coast, Coos Bay. And there's a Pineapple Express is coming in, but not as strong. You see the greens are not as dark, not as much moisture to work with this next Pineapple Express front. We see the Alberta Clipper up here, this big, huge counterclockwise spin here that's entering Lake Michigan here just off the coast of the UP, the Upper Peninsula there, producing those snow showers around the Great Lakes. This will continue. They'll get the most accumulation up here. So if you're in Erie, Cleveland, Buffalo, Hamburg, New York, Toronto, Canada, Mississauga, down through London, Canada, Windsor, and up into the UP, you're going to get the most snow in the next 2 days as it continues to pour that snow in there as well. Looking at the surface map for tomorrow, Friday, December 20th. This is where the snow is going to get all of our mixed snow and precipitation before Christmas. A lot of people on the East Coast and the Midwest, the Upper Midwest and Northeast are expecting snow. It's going to actually be rain for Christmas, but there's a chance for snow tomorrow and mixed precipitation, snow to rain or rain to snow, either or, all the way into the Tennessee Valley, Ohio Valley, up through the Northeast here. That's your best chance. Rain is going to be along the coast. Sorry, folks in Norfolk, the Chesapeake Bay, or the Outer Banks, or inland. In the Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, it's going to be rain, unfortunately. Clear in the plains and cold for the Dakotas, all the way down through I-35 to Oklahoma City and the Red River Valley. Out west, the same thing. Southwest, it's clear and cold. Sunny though. Denver, New Mexico. Denver, Colorado, and Albuquerque, New Mexico. Extreme sun, perfect days. You're living up to that name of getting over 300 days of sunshine a year. There's the Pineapple Express I told you in green coming in, but nothing too strong. You see the rain is only shaded in light green, so not a huge moisture maker by Seattle standards, Tacoma standards, or Oregon standards at all, or Northern California. But nonetheless, they'll take the rain, I'm sure, better than fires. Jet stream here pattern, you can see the big dip here, sort of a big dip, but it's dipping as far as the Great Lakes here, and that's why the jet stream pattern here above 30,000 feet. You can see the pattern here, and that's what's producing the moisture here in the upper plains, down through the Black Hills of South Dakota, and back over toward the Great Lakes, and that's what we're getting here. So it's not going to be a snowy Christmas here. You can see the outlook for the next 6 to 10 day temperature outlook probability. It's going to be above average here and well above average here, denoted in red here, for places like South Bend, Indiana, Chicago, Kankakee, Champlain, Illinois, back towards St. Louis, up toward the Quad Cities of Iowa, Rochester, Minnesota, the Twin Cities, and also the Arrowhead of Minnesota, International Falls. All of these areas are going to be above average, much above average. And then the dark shade of red is more just above average. Even the East Coast is going to be above average here, all the way down into Florida here toward Miami. So there's no place of the country is going to be below average for the next 6 to 10 days. We're just going to be getting to average or above average, unfortunately, taking us toward the Christmas weekend. So the dreams of a white Christmas may be delayed, but do not get dismayed, my friends, because cold air is coming after the Christmas holidays, possibly toward the New Year. There's another shot of snow, a snowstorm that could be forming that could impact the eastern 2/3 of the country later on. We'll have to wait to see. It's too far out in advance to make a sure prediction, but snow is on the way in burst coming up a little bit later on in the winter season. Talk to you soon. Be sure to subscribe. Thank you for listening. The Weather Guru signing off.